Okay, this is day number 2 of working on the effect. Really fucking cool thing that happened between the last time I was filming this and now. I went to a little thing called Astronomicon over in Livonia, Michigan, and director Joe Lynch, director of things such as Mayhem and Wrong Turn 2, was there. And he was super cool, really nice to talk to. And I told him my ideas for this effect that I've been working on, and he was impressed almost, it seemed. He was like, that's such a great idea to use pork belly. And I was like, fuck yeah, like a professional, thinks it's cool. I don't know, I'm just very proud of that. But anyways, so for the updates currently is, I think we're probably gonna end up just removing this entire layer of fabric because it's really not necessary.
Take it off, now.
He's gonna be wearing a shirt anyways, and the only skin that's gonna be showing is the pork belly. But yeah, so what we have right here now is I've cut in the slot where the knife slice will go. So now I've cut it out on here. So now I'll just have to cut that out. That shape is gonna be there so that we can cut straight through all the way into the blood container, which is this bad boy. But yeah, this is so far so good, really fucking awesome. But yeah, that is update, I don't know what number, but it's awesome. Okay, behind the scenes of making this stupid effect fucking vlog that I've been making. Update, big update, potentially. This shit, this sticky, papery, plasticky shit that goes on your tissue boxes. We're gonna try and remove that from the back of these, put it over the hole on the inside so that when you cut through the skin, it can cut through that. It'll cut through that easily too, and then the blood will come out, and it's gonna be great. And we can thank Matthew because of it. He pointed it out. It's a collaborative process. This is gonna be cool. I hope it really works. 2 seconds later, another fucking update. This big dummy had an idea that he didn't tell me until after I stopped filming, and it's an even better idea than the one we had 2 seconds ago. Packing tape. Packing tape. And you don't gotta put nothing on the inside, so this thing could just be glued in. It doesn't have to have shit that I have to put on in the inside, and it's gonna be all complicated and shit. Now, instead of having to remove shit from the inside of tissue boxes, which was gonna be weird and hard, but fine, now I can just put packing tape over the outside hole, and it will be taut, and it'll be thin, and I can cut straight through it, and I can put the skin over it, and it'll be really easily replaceable. Good ideas from this man. I'm excited now. I'm also realizing that in my rants and yellings that I never explained what these bumpy boys are. I used the modeling clay to sort of model the contours of the neck so that when the skin is stretched over it, it will have those like details. Yeah, I did it. I attempted it with the piece of parchment paper that I had cut to size earlier, and it looked pretty good. It seemingly gave more detail, more definition. But yeah, and I also love how these clips are definitely gonna go yelling louder, and then talking at a normal tone of voice. But cool updates. Okay, so update. I don't even know what number this is, but this is finally kind of time to cut the skin out. Which is a really weird and gross sentence, but you know. So I have this template that I made out of blue curtains for like $8 because they were on clearance.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
And I just needed a lot of fabric so I could work with it to see what shape and what I needed to cut out for the skin so it would wrap around the neck and body properly without, you know, being all wrinkled and weird and looking bad. So I've got this with me, and I've got skin number 1, skin number 2, and skin number 3. We're gonna see if we can get at least 3, if not 4. We're definitely gonna be able to get at least 3 out of these pieces of skin. Hopefully 4, because we do have 4 t-shirts, and that would afford us 1 extra shot at making this effect. So yeah, I'll cut back in when I've cut the skin out. Okay, I'm back. Got them all cut out. So we got some extra testers too. So we're gonna test with like this bad boy, just a neck shape. but then here's the one that'll like be put completely underneath everything, like the flaps that'll go under the neckline to make sure that it wraps tightly around the neck. I'm not certain whether or not I'm going to need to like soften these. So like from everything I've looked up, I might have to boil them briefly to make them a bit softer, a bit more pliable, because right now they're kind of stuck in the shapes that they were in, a bit wrinkly, a bit bumpy. And so yeah, that might be what's next. But what's immediately next is packing all these pieces of skin away into tester bag, user bag, and then I'm probably also going to throw that template in a bag because it's covered in pigskin grease now. So is the counter, which is gross. It's really shiny and slippery and gross. Yeah, I'm gonna have fun cleaning that up. Okay, and today is the day. Today is the day for our test number 1 on the neck slice. So yeah, I have resharpened the knife. The people at the butcher shop, I asked them, I was like, so would boiling the skin make it softer, easier to cut? Would that matter at all? Is there anything that would make it easier to cut? And they basically just told me,
No, God! No, God, please, no!
boiling would do nothing. I should just use a really sharp knife. So I just recently, as I said, resharpened this. Got the sharpener right there, and then the extra tester skins there, and then I did apply some of the foundation that we will be using for our actor skin tone to the skin just to see how that looked, you know. And honestly, it looks a lot better than I was expecting. It looks a little bit weird, so there it is on the plate. I was going to use those clamps to hold it behind, but the tester strip is not long enough to reach all the way around and be grabbed by those, so I'm just going to be holding it with my hand when I do this. But yeah, so this is, you know, honestly, I was gonna say not the weirdest, but it might be. I think I might have hit weirdest setup I've ever had because of a college class. A mannequin, the heavily doctored mannequin with weird shit cut into it, built into it, whatever, standing in my bathtub with my tripod ready for this camera to be on it, and then just a plate of skin with makeup on it. So yeah, in a moment, I'm about to hook this up to that tripod and test out that shot, and you guys will get to see it. Here we go. Okay, and we're rolling. Beautiful. So I'm gonna leave that there. First things first, we're gonna fill this up with some water. Now, moment of truth is whether or not this is gonna leak when I pour this in. And so far, no. Let's go! That was a test I hadn't done before, but hey, it seems to be working. That's kind of awesome. Hopefully that stays. It doesn't need to stay for super long. Just needs to stay long enough for me to apply the skin and perform the cut. I hear the tiniest bit of drip. I bet there's a small leak inside that's going down into the body of this. So let's do this quick. So let's take the skin. Let's put this around the neck there. Okay, cool. Let me grab this knife. Doing very, very not safe things right now. Okay, everything is set. Looking great. Find the area for that knife to be. So let's go like this. Oh, fuck yeah. This is gonna look amazing. Holy shit. Oh, and it cut like butter. Oh, this is.
What is this?
This is gross. This is weird. What am I doing? This is fucking awesome. I'm happier. I'm happier than I could have ever expected to be about this, because that went fucking swimmingly. I'm a genius. Okay, so this is gonna be test number 2. One thing I noticed in the previous test was that a lot of the water that came out was going down here underneath the skin and out, like underneath the skin, between the skin and the mannequin, and out onto the ground. And so what I needed to do was basically change that.
Well, no shit.
I needed to adhere this below. It doesn't need to be stuck up top, so I just put a little super glue down here to keep the skin stuck and have all the blood come out the other way. Right now, I'm realizing that I definitely need to fix a leak that's inside there, because it's leaking even more than it was last time. But we're gonna go with this cut real quick. It's right here. So if I go, and I cut like that, then it leaves that to bleed. And if I cut like all the way across that way, that's actually gonna look fucking crazy. That's even better than the previous one. Wow.
Wow.
That's fucking batshit. This effect gets better and better the more I work on it, and I'm very excited to see how this final cut looks in the film. Okay, let's take this off, see if it sticks, see if there's any issue there. No, and like the glue comes off easily. That's really nice too. It dries enough to keep it there and adhere it to give the skin. That's like the perfect solution, because I needed a glue that would stick or something that would stick that would also easily come off, and this doesn't even like there's a little bit of super glue residue, but nothing bad. That's crazy. Okay, hell yeah, that was great.